So I think for me, looking from the outside in, I mean, the best way that I would describe it, it would be using, if anybody's familiar with Slack or something like that, it's basically a version of that that's been created specifically for the hospitality industry. Would that be a fair assumption of Guestflow?
It's interesting. We actually integrate with Slack. Slack's a fantastic communication tool, and when you're looking at tools, I think I like to say to my starters, my new starters especially, because we're into our tech, right? And I say to people we're a remote business. My manager, my guest experience manager, who is running the team of VAs, and she's fantastic. She managed a Barclays Bank branch for 6 years, and a call center for RBS, and she's in Bedford. I've not met her once. It's incredible, really, right? We are meeting up soon. I'm not, but we don't need to, and that's the advantage. We've got staff literally all over the UK and all over the world, and so we have to use tools, and it is to replace the efficiency that you often would get and the dynamic you'd get in an office when you're working together. I say, the tools are to replace certain things, and for me, Slack's replacing just the conversation. Hey, how's it going with that thing? It's not so great at managing tasks, actually. So it's great for notifications like, oh look, the till register's just rung, and we can see a Stripe notification, and we can see the payments just come in. And actually, if potentially that verification that we mentioned earlier, the ID's just been submitted, you want to get notified about it, and Slack's great for that because your team's there and you're already chatting. And it's like, ding ding, here's a notification, this action is required. You can see the status of it in Slack, click a button, and it takes you somewhere else to actually perform the task. And I think that's what's important. Slack's great, and it's an interesting analogy because it is like an online SaaS product. But yeah, ultimately, where Slack falls down is in task management because it's conversational. Things can get lost, and if something needs to be done tomorrow, it's got built-in reminder functions, but it's not necessarily the same as a piece of paper sat on your desk in the office, right? And that's more where the task management comes in. So Guestflow is essentially a task manager for the hospitality industry, where you can actually perform all of the tasks from the app itself.
Yeah, from the point of booking to the point of checkout and beyond, there's a task flow that has been set up by yourself, and obviously you can work with the host. So just at every single point of the way, like you said, the guest experience is on point because you've got different members of staff in your business, whether it be cleaners or VAs or communication, handyman or whatever. They know exactly every step that needs to be taken.
Got it. Yeah.
It's been created by hospitality owners for hospitality owners, which is awesome.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Bruce Lee podcast. Bruce Lee like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.